Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and we are still about 500 odd subscribers away from the 2k mark, the new goal of our channel. So if you're new, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. And today the film that I'm going to be talking about is the new Malayalam film Charles Enterprises, which is going to actually have a theatrical release on Friday. Now, this video is going to be out on Wednesday, where most of you would be watching it, which is why some of you might ask, how did you, manage to watch the film? Did you watch it illegally? Was it leaked? The answer is no. I got a screener for the film, and there was no embargo, which means I could directly go on and, paste my review and make a video on it. So that is how the review of Charles Enterprises is coming out a couple of days prior to its theatrical release. Now, this is again not a paid review at all. None of the PRs have told me to give a positive review or say so and so things about the film. These are completely my thoughts. And so here goes. As usual, I knew nothing about Charles Enterprises and was hoping that it would be a good film, like is the case with all Malayalam films. So, coming to the story and screenplay, Charles Enterprises is a story of a protagonist suffering from night blindness who decides to rob Ganesh idols from his mother, who is a devotee. He's a very religious person. So then what happens next and what events transpire after that forms the rest of the story. Now the story here is almost like an amalgamation of a slice of life comedy and a religious satire. These are two contrasting zones that are there. You do not often see the two of them together. One of the my favorite religious satires is the Hindi film Oh My God, and I was hoping for that kind of a thing, but that was again not a slice of life film. It did have a particular plot to it. It was an out and out drama comedy. Here, the genre is also slice of life, and it was a tricky proposition, as I said, but the screenplay, which is standing about 130 minutes, definitely does make a mark. It makes for a compelling viewing. As is the case with all Malayalam films, the film does open with a lot of world building that is there, and something that I have always been fascinated by the Malayalam films. The world building has always been outstanding here, and so is the case here. You are, introduced to the protagonist after the opening credits, which have an animated sequence, which does have a little story, sprung under it, but you are introduced to the protagonist who is willing to buy a shop here, but he doesn't have the amount. Immediately, as a parallel track, you get to know that he's suffering from night blindness, which is why he couldn't confirm the recognition of a thief who had probably stolen his wallet. Cut to, you are also introduced to some of the other characters like his mother, who is a religious devotee, and each of the character traits are very well defined here till you get to the conflict. And that is something that it is very well done. The proceedings are engrossing and entertaining with a tinge of humor that is there. I did like the humor that was there with the religious satire playing almost in the second layer. The top layer did have human tale, it did have all the emotions that are there, and that did make for a good viewing that is there in the first hour. There are many moments that are generated which build on the world building element that is there, and that eventually gets you immersed and curious as to what is going to transpire in the second hour. And that entire interval block that is there, concerning the how the actual robbery takes place, and the writers did well to play with the weather also. Notice that when you watch the film, it's very well done, that interval block, and it definitely sets up things right for the second half. The second half slightly dips here. It does dip here, although the events are watchable and it makes for an entertaining viewing. But somehow I felt the writers were caught in the dilemma of, should we opt for a chaotic approach, something like Gold, or should we set the same tone as it was there in the first half? And this dilemma just gets a little mixed up, where the drama is neither here nor there, sort of a thing. It's although watchable, okay, it's good, it's still watchable. it just goes around slightly in circles in the middle of the second half. However, the final act does resurrect the film in a very big way. The final act is good and it does resurrect the film. I'm not going to reveal too much of the spoilers because the film is not out yet, but the messaging at the end is also pretty good. Some of the subplots here and there, they are well tied to the main plot, and I did like the writing here. Overall, the screenplay was good and it did make for an entertaining watch, definitely. Coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music and the direction, the dialogues here are quirky and they never really try to be funny. It's just situational and that creates for a good impact. I was a little disappointed by the music and the BGM. I felt both of them could have been much better here. Both were a little underwhelming, particularly the BGM I felt was slightly off the mood of the film. The vibe of the film was something else, the BGM was completely something else in certain parts. And that is where I felt the area where it could have been improved, honestly. So cinematography captures some most beautiful frames here, including some of the old car shots that are there, which is an integral part of the story, by the way. Also, some shots of the protagonist suffering from night blindness and how he overcomes that. I think that is a driving source of narrative also, and it's not gimmicky and it's very well shot as well. The editing, let me get to the editing first. The editing is pretty good, pretty smooth for most parts of the film. Director Subhash Lalita, he does a very good job here. He had a very tricky proposition in play, to combine a slice of life film with religious satire, and I think he did a pretty impressive job here. It was very engaging to watch for most parts of the film, particularly in the first half, and I think he did a pretty good job here. Coming to the performances here, the performances here are all excellent. Kalaiya Rasan, as usual, he was in 2018 as well. He stands out here as well with a nice little character which might actually be not very likable, where you form your judgments early on in the film, but then as the film progresses, he's sincere and endearing. Balu Varghese also delivers a very heartfelt act. It is a very good act, and he did a pretty good job here. Urvashi ma'am, she's a legend, and this character required someone to control the character. It's something like it could have so easily gone overboard, and she does a very good job here. Even she adds tinges of comedy to a character, which was very good to witness. Some of the other characters also, all of them do a very good job here, and overall the performances, I did not have much of an issue. Everyone did their parts very well. So overall I feel that Charles Enterprises is a sweet little slice of life comedy with a tinge of religious satire, and I did have fun watching it. It's a fun watch. It's going to be out on Friday, 19th of May in a theater near you, so do check that out and let me know your thoughts on the same after Friday. I think for the general public it's going to be out on Friday, so let me know your thoughts. The video is going to be out today, which is Wednesday. So if you're liking this video, please smash that like button. Please recommend some movies in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon. It helps a small creator like me. Share this video with your friends and family. Let's grow this community together. Also, if you'd like to read my detailed review of Charles Enterprises on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below, do visit that as well. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. So all information is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, and on my social media handles. So then until next time, I'll probably be seeing you tomorrow. Let's see. But then until next time, thank you so much for your love and support, and take care of yourselves. Cheers everyone.